Are we live? We don't know. Oh, maybe yes. What's up, guys? Welcome to Western Space and a late night impromptu little stream because space engineers might have done something crazy cool. I don't know. It doesn't look good with what's behind me currently, I'll admit. Now, this might just have been because I pasted it in a little bit too high. We're going to find out because they've released an update that sounds damn cool, all about physics updates, promising improvements to pistons, improvements to rotors, improvements to wheels. All those things I like. So, oh my god. So, it's late, much later than I would normally think about streaming, but I figured, hey, with what's behind me currently, I'll admit. God, that's now, not this good. Might just have been because I pasted it in a little bit too high. Where's it coming from? We're going to find out. Because they've released an update that sounds damn cool, all about physics updates, promising improvements to pistons. Found it. Shush me. God damn it. You know, it was all going so well, and then wasted happened. Oh well. Anyway, behind me is the Rancor. You guys will be familiar with that. The point of this evening is I want to go and test out some of my old designs. I've got a whole bunch of old designs that, in theory, could be really good. But, I don't know. This could all go terribly wrong. We'll see. It's alright, I've got facepalm emote on the first button, so we're going to be absolutely fine this evening. No questions. So, let me clear up my usual debris in the form of many wheels. And please guys, let me know if the levels are a bit weird, a bit dodgy. Whatever's going on, fill me in. And I figure we should probably start off with actually trying to get our friend the Rancor spawned in a way that's going to work. Now, it says it contains the blocks that are not in this world. It's the turrets. So, okay. So, running into some immediate interesting... What is going on here? Come on, space engineers. Yes. I just pasted this in. You can't... Ah! Jumped by my own vehicle. What is... So there may be some issues with older blueprints, because... it's kind of there. It's behind my head.
W4 Steed, hey mate, praise be the god of clang from your faithful supermod Mac Attack D.
Mac Attack, what a legend. A little donation. If you guys do fancy supporting me, then there is a donations link down below, and thank you very much. Hopefully I will avoid the clang this evening, but I have to say, things have not started hugely well. Oh, I might be able to... Can I move in... Oh, for a second there I was fooling it by moving in Spectator, and now it's... What? I move, and then it moves. The blueprint has inertia. Okay, let's give up on the Rancor and try maybe one of our other friends. Who else have we got based off the Shames chassis that might work? The old General D? Again, we won't have the weapons for this, but everything else should be fine, right? Oh. Oh, interesting. Hang on. You see me? I went into third person and back again and it fixed it. Does that work with the Rancor as well, I wonder? Let's fix the Rancor as well. Okay, good space engineers. Good space engineers. Right, I'm going to have to be really careful to paste this in really low because it broke itself last time. Is it just me? Are those wheels just falling off? We'll have a see. Look. Those wheels weren't attached to begin with. Don't pretend to me, space engineers. Okay. I propose we look at something else. Now, I have a particular friend of mine that is very good as far as a test, shall we put it. One thing we can say, it's running very nicely. 60 FPS flat here. Look at this. Going straight in. How low do we drop? 30s? Ooh, now you're chugging a bit, but that pan out was sweet. Not bad. Not bad. No matter how things change, they are still the same. Damn, do I feel that. Okay, well, there's a bit of a... You see this jerkiness that's coming up occasionally when I'm looking towards the planet as well. I wonder what's causing that. Is that simply because the planet's involved? Because my FPS and sim speed numbers, hopefully they're visible on the screen for you guys, are standing reasonably solid. More solid than they would be in the older version. That's worth remembering as well. In Group Survival at the moment, we're using an older version. So I can give you a really sort of up-to-date and literal opinion that this is way better as far as performance is concerned. Not only that, but it's really pushing the graphics card as well. But yes, this puppy here, if anything is going to show whether or not there are some issues with physics, this one is a good one to show them up, because if you have a bit of a look in here, you can kind of see we got some of the arms involved here. And what these arms are going to do, some guys will recognize this little design. What these arms are going to do, there's one of the rotors. They're all going to unfold in a really clangy sort of fashion. And I'm sure it's going to go absolutely great. So, space engineers. 1.169. What have you got? In 3, 2, 1. Go, Clang. She spawned in. This is a good start. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. I'll give you a little look around now we can see properly. So you get the idea. There's some rotors. There's some very, very tightly packed solar panels. And all of these solar panels are packed basically using rotor displacement. So they're in the same block layer, but all of these rotors have been set at slightly different displacements so that they can kind of overlap with each other. So it's a nice sort of cheesy, let's see what happens when you really you notice the FPS is not so happy now when you really give it a bit of love. Do we get an FPS improvement from turning off our flashlight, I wonder? Is it a lighting related thing? I don't know, it does seem worse when the flashlight's on than when the flashlight's off. Or is that just me? No, it's definitely worse with the flashlight on. There's a bit of lighting lag now, and this is on a GeForce 980 Ti, so something fairly strong. Where's my timer? Open. Hey, here we go. Here we go. Go on, Clang. What you got? Can we set up a quick, epic pan? Nope. Not enough. That's not working. Quick. No, it's too late. I'm not in spectator, that's the problem. Fucking hell. It's working. Damn. It's got that one panel that doesn't work, that I still can't work out why it doesn't work. And that's been the case for a while. It didn't blow up. Aside from... Yes, Dempsey, I am looking at the chat. I am paying attention to the chat. I'm also trying to be entertaining at the same time. This is sort of... I suspect it's required as a streamer. I have to try and keep, people vaguely entertained. This one here is broken. I've not understood why, but ever since... it might even have been the planet's update. This one just doesn't move. It's connected. If you go and find it, you can fiddle with it and make it work. This is a bit broken, and the other one's a bit broken as well. No, it's just that one. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe some of it is actually needs welding. Maybe I'm just bad and haven't noticed. I'm sorry, friend. I didn't mean to hurt you. Are you hurt on the rotor as well? You're not hurt on the rotor. So why doesn't it damn well work? God damn it. That's not bad going. I'm surprised. It does look good these days as well. You have to admit that, guys. If you look at Space Engineers now, with the new updated models and so on, and let's get out of the character. Let's go to the old everyone's favourite spectator camera and not derp it up. Where's the? There we go. There's the satellite. There's some nice pans on the go, and you know, it's kind of starting to look pretty realistic, you know. With that Earth in the background, it's getting there. It's always been one of SE's strengths, is the fact that it, as a voxel game, it does a very good job of hiding the individual boxes and so on. And it, you know, you reckon it's trying to rotate in the wrong direction? That is the figuring. Okay, chap, and I will see whether or not you're right. Finding this one is going to be a pain in the arse, but if I slap a control panel on it, maybe that'll help. Oh. Is there anywhere even that I can attach one onto? No. Not quite as easy as that. You see, this is here is the problem. Too many rotors. Minus 90, minus 90, minus 90, minus 180. Are they all at 90 except for one? That would really... Aha! Here is our failed rotor. No, that can't be the failed one. Except it must be, because it's the only one that's different. It is trying to turn the wrong way. She lives. How many cops does it take to change a light bulb? Yeah, indeed. Well, I now feel like the next step, as far as... No, it doesn't collide. That's the thing. They're quite nicely layered so that doesn't actually happen. But I think it might be a good idea if we layer in the next level of the test here. It can be a space station if you have a naval convert to station on. Sammy Dalhover. Okay, you guys probably know what happens next. It's time for another old design. Intrinsic to the testing process. Where's the seat? Right. Ever since a while ago, all of the blueprints have been misaligned, frustratingly. So now you have to go and realign them all. And there are actually two there as well, which are both misaligned. I used to have an old version of this blueprint that was all lined up nicely and everything was fine, and for some reason everything keeps changing. So that's one half. I will ensure to take a blueprint this time. And if you guys ever have to do projector setups, this is the way to do it, is to get all of these different dimensions on your bars, and it's so much more simple to line everything up and make sure it's like nicely sorted. And then you just remember to take a blueprint, so you don't have to do it again next time. Right, where are we? Camera. Silly station. Even that looks blooming cool as well, look. It really is starting to look very legit. Anyway, so this is a bit of a sim speed test. thing's very twitchy to get it. There we go. That'll do. And for anyone who isn't familiar with this, this is the Death Lotus and one of my signature designs, and revolves primarily around spitting out lots of warheads once it achieves max speed. Now, we haven't gone very far from the target, so it's probably not going to spit out too many, but hopefully at some point on the timer, it's set up to not actually do anything until it hits max speed. So there we go, and now we start printing warheads and releasing them. And how's our sim speed looking after our encounter? Everything's flat. Everything's just flat curve. Look, it's running really nicely, guys. And I'm streaming at the same time, you've got to remember as well. You know, that's got to be taken into account. And we've got the new models up and running. Now, what is probably important for me to mention at the moment, and I know this from experience, I can't easily demonstrate it to you. Actually, I can to some extent. My graphics card is working overtime at the moment to make this run as well as it is. No question. And so they've certainly achieved their goal of making SE work harder as far as graphics is concerned. But that has come at a cost. You know, when it comes to with less blocks than that many, when it comes to people with lesser systems, it's going to be difficult. And the trash is all gone. Quick way to clean up your worlds, by the way, guys. If you weren't aware, that is an Alt F10, and you can get it Space Master if you're the server host or the world host, and then you can do all sorts of funky different things. Right, what else have I got written down on here? Oh yes, now there's a chance to show off a little new design at the same time and see whether or not and how some of the other things I've got perform. So let's start off. Get down on the planet. This will be more important. I need somewhere flat. Give me a lake, Space Engineer. Oh, lake sighted. It's a bit jerky when you're moving around at that sort of speeds, but I suppose you can kind of forgive that. It's nice and shiny. Lots of bump, I mean. So, where is it? Hey. If you're going to tempt Clang, this is how to tempt Clang. It's in one piece still. You gotta be kidding me. Looks kind of cool with the new blocks as well. So this is an old deployable base of mine. I'd be very intrigued to see if this actually works. There's the rotors. Where's the timers? Haha. Let's delay this a bit more. I can understand why people might not believe the title, but words running out of. God damn. This hasn't worked in a long while. It's even still got the little drone. Of course, just to show you how long this hasn't worked in, it's a drone with the wrong thrusters on. Oh, wow. Okay, I am very surprised by that. Minor connect, 1 start, 3 start. I can't even remember what timers this uses anymore. That's how old it is. And it just works? Is 3 the closing one again? Probably. Does 2 start 3? That's the question. It doesn't. Right, okay, so 3 is just the next stage. There we go. 3 is to pack her back up again, I guess. Yep. This breaks itself less now than when I built it. Cool. Oh my word. I don't know. Are pistons and rotors fixed? Let's have a look. It's certainly looking positive. I've got some more really like silly things I can try. There it is. You know, some of the stuff that never worked because it wasn't stable enough. Bet you the wheels are going to fall off this, and that's what's going to be the problem. Yep. Okay, we've come back to reality for a second. That's good to know. That's good to know. How do mechs? I don't have a mech I can use. It's unfortunate. If only I had a mech. If only there was a mech I could try. You look pretty beast with the new blocks, my friend. Let's give you a try. Ed! Ed is alive! Shit! Wow. Now, I don't have the mod running to be able to test this. I never thought I'd be able to test mod, Ed. The 1-800 Mech Rescue is because these are the monitors that hold the script that makes Ed work. Where is it? Yeah, used to hold the script that makes Ed work, but that script was public text, private text, which now doesn't exist, apparently. So, yeah. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. But yeah, there's some stuff missing. Let's see if he works. Let's see if he works. Ed. How you doing? If he doesn't work, it'll be hilarious, because anything to do with this thing is hilarious. I have no bindings either, apparently. No, Ed is broken. Let's have a look. You gonna step? You're not gonna step, are you? Nothing's gonna happen here. Nope. Alright. heard something lock, but that was it. No, unfortunately, I wasn't expecting this thing to work, so... No! We're footloose. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. No problems. Do pistons and rotors work? Let's find out. By playing Quap with Ed. Ed's brain's missing, so all we've got is Quap Ed. But I've got to play Quap now. Oh, this is brilliant. Wacky waving wacky waving legs inflatable arm man. I'm laughing too hard. Okay, so I think what we can say is that they may have actually sorted something. Guys, look at how physics it is. I'm just saying. Look at that shit move. That's right, dance it, Ed. That is very impressive. The blacksmith. Good call, Bennett. Good call. Oh, I've got some stuff. I've not hit my limit of what I can try yet. Don't you worry. Go, blacksmith. Blacksmith says NP Pro, 60 frames a second, max sim speed. We're just floating. We're just floating, looking good. Got a problem? Because we don't. We're the blacksmith. Fine. To the bridge. Is this the bridge? I think this is the bridge. Yeah, this is the bridge. Hull integrity, 100%. Sure. So, options here are surely just to do a spin. What's that I heard you say? Did you say, oh my god, that was pretty sexy? I think you did. Should we do it again? We should do it again. Music's a bit loud, Roger. Or maybe I'm a bit quiet. That's also a possibility. But yeah. Oh, that's not down. Where's it? That's up. There we go. That's down. And let's do it again. Not bad, Space Engineers. Not bad. As people are demanding, let's give it a go while we're moving. So max thrust in both directions. Oh, all right. I am gonna help. I'm gonna try and counter it and give it some love. Ah, it's not got the. It's got into the old issue that I used to have with this design, that it basically runs out of rotor power to fight in time with the timers. But it means we get this cool, like. I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Let's turn the dampers off. Apparently if I turn the dampers off, I'm still going up, so that works. What the fuck is this? I should display my playlist somewhere. Okay. Am I not displaying my playlist at the top? Is that not a thing? I thought it was at the top of the screen. Like current playing song. Push the button again. See what happens. I have no idea at this point. The time is screwed up, so. Oh, I know what it is. It's the 100 meters a second rotor lock that's doing it. I need to slow down. I'm going too fast. That's the problem. So the rotor locks engage and just stop it from turning any further. I'm still going 100 meters a second because we're falling. We're falling. I repeat, Captain. We are falling. The thrusters are not helping, Captain. They appear to be pushing us down. I'm not sure which thruster helps. That thruster helps. Wow, really? Even the key bindings still work like in a vaguely sensible fashion. We've pulled out of it, Captain. We're fine. We're fine. Okay, well, I mean, aside from the fact that I have this sort of intrinsic, the Space Engineers workaround for rotors problem, where if you're going 100 meters a second, then you've got problems. Look, because if as soon as I drop below it and I press that button, it does something. There we go. Blacksmith. Oh, wow. We're blacksmithing in even weirder position. Whatever. I guess you can only go the same way of every other ship. Let's turn your dampers off. Leave you there. F7's broken in this build, which is really disappoints me. But whatever. Let me delete the block. Let me get out. Oh, shit. Small blocks. No, not small blocks. Ah! Impending doom. I can see it. I can see it. Run. Jetpack off. Run for our lives. Hey, I'm running on a moving ship. No! The ground got us anyway. There's no way out of the blacksmith. The action movie sequence was not to be. In fact, there's nothing left. Jesus, that didn't end well. Oh damn. Okay, what else can we test here? I really want to test the aerodynamic wings, and this is a good opportunity to give you guys, like anyone who watches this stream and actually gets this far. And by the way, guys, this is a stream, and streams, like, they do so much better if people click that like button. Honestly, please help me out here. Give me some love, especially as I'm about to show away a design. Like this isn't out yet, but it will be soon. Some guys on my other stream have seen this. I've done a little bit of work on it since. And you'll like this one. I promise you'll like this one. Here we have the Rapier's biggest brother. When he says he's going to get his brother, like his dad will beat you up, he means it. Oh, is the likes going mad? Nice one, folks. Thank you. So this is a design I'll be releasing in the next couple of days. But yeah, my big boy Rapier, working on Digi's aerodynamic wings, which is an amazing mod, and she does not handle like her size. But let's see how the aerodynamics. If Keen have broken aerodynamics in this patch or in any patch, I will be the saddest man alive. Now, thankfully, Digi is amazing and continues to update his mods so quickly it doesn't really matter. But we got to give it a test because I quite like flying this, and hey, it hasn't been seen yet, so. Yes, this is the ship that's appeared in Morphologist stream and is oh no! I looked at the chat for too long! Too long looking at the chat! Ah! Oh dear. You have to pay attention if you're going to fly that low. God damn it. The physics legitimately seem to work better, guys. They legitimately do. I think we should end with some really, like, because I don't want to go too long tonight, in honesty. This was all about testing out and seeing how good it looks. First impressions. How long have I going? I don't know. Sometime. I'll go for another 30 minutes or so, I reckon. But let's test some things out, you know. It feels like the sim speed dropped a bit. The sim speed has not dropped a bit. It's just Space Engineers. Okay, so firstly, let me just, for those guys who haven't seen it, that was a really big version of one of these. Which legitimately do perform like really kind of ridiculous. And they're much easier to fly because you can fly them from first person, whereas the other one you can't. But with these you can do basically what you want. You go down a hole like this and then you're like, hey! You go back up. I might have broken myself a bit at the back there. Too keen. So yeah, if you haven't gone and checked out the Rapier, Broadsword, and Collected series, which I'm going to be doing a series of videos on because guys in the community have got involved with these as well, you probably should, because if you want to have a bit of fun just flying around in Space Engineers as a flight sim and see whether or not you can keep in control something that's capable of doing some silly maneuvers, these are definitely the craft to do them with. That one's a bit beaten up now, admittedly. But yes, I figured. There's a classic test for Space Engineers. You guys will probably know it. It involves a platform that doesn't spawn in. And it involves some pistons. And what happens with these pistons is they go up. They go up a long way. Let's go spectator on this. Now, you used to be able to press F7 with spectator, and what that would do was center your camera location on where your character was. So you had a way of getting your spectator to your character, and you don't anymore, which is kind of annoying. But that's fine. We can make do. Whoops. That's the piston dropping on the other pistons. I'm making the wobble. This is perfect test. Because as I fuck up, we're also simultaneously testing the game to see how it handles when someone randomly drops a piston on a tower of pistons. It's perfect. Clang, come to me. That's what we need, some on the side as well. That'll fix it. Come to me, Clang. Clang, the space adventurer. She wobbles. Whoa, she wobbles. Is she going? Shit, she's going. Bounce back, my friend. Bounce back. Quick, take a copy. And paste more. Paste more. A field of these beauties. Matrix Sentinel, go! Holy shit, Space Engineers. Seems to be down to 0.8, but I've got 3 fucking piston tentacles on the go. Fucking hell. Seriously, guys. You know there's only one thing. Oh, we're losing one. No, she's survived. There's only one thing left to do, you know. Extend! No. I need to be able to watch this. There's an important factor here. I need to be able to see it happening. So, in order to facilitate this, we need a timer. And we need a group. This is important. Bend him! Equip the panel. This doesn't feel epic enough, just putting a panel up there, but it's what's required. Still can't get the spectator camera in a sensible place. It's so annoying. Right. What am I doing? No. Tim, my friend. bend him. Here they go. Ready? They're going! They're going! They snake into the future! The tendrils of doom. Oh! Space Engineers has locked up. No! It's still alive! The tendrils! They have failed! No! We were so close. If it wasn't for those dastardly kids. No! We have created the beautiful beasts of Clang. They make the noises of the beasts of Clang. Do you hear Clang? Do you hear him? What the fuck is going on? I find this particularly trippy because I was watching Star Trek Beyond last night, and this is all very reminiscent. All I need to do is play some like really bad rock music now, and then inexplicably everything's going to explode. Sorry, hashtag spoilers. The idea that that would be a spoiler is absolutely mind-blowing, but anyway. Quick, where's some stupid rock? I don't know what to do about these things now. In the deep Serengeti, we observe the beautiful Clang in his natural habitat. He roams the skies free, the only predator the roaming Space Engineers crash. At times he rests, casual, before exerting his final energies, crashing hopelessly into the ground at the end of his mighty journey. And so the mighty Clang comes to his end. At the end of the mating ritual, only a few of the poor Clang remain. They live in solitude, grouping together, living in their own solace. David Clangtonborough. Oh, shit. Selected object. Okay, let's see what it was. I've got one of them. I've captured one for study. Here it is. Way! She's still alive. Holy shit, I need to blueprint this. Create from clipboard. Yes. I have made a Clang Beast. A legitimate Clang Beast. Look, she's a fucking beauty. I can weaponize this. I have no idea what to do now. I've let loose the Pistons of War, and they're slowly destroying themselves on the countryside. Okay. There is only one solution to this sort of epidemic. Please upload that thing to the workshop. We demand access to Clang. What the fuck? I can no longer move. There we go. About here is the right spot. About here. It's time for a different one. We need to be just about within the gravity. I'm going to load up the strand piece next. Captain Yardy Ha! Fuck yes. How's it going, Yards, dude? It has been a while. We need to catch up at some point. I went a bit further than I thought I did. Weaponize the Clang. I don't think weaponizing the Clang is a good idea. You know those movies where, like, the overall plot is like, you start off with something friendly. I don't know. You can call it what you want. You can call it Skynet. You can call it Ultron. You can call it what you want. And then you're like, it ends up having lots of power. And then at the end of the lots of power, does it work out well for us? Like, fuck, it works out well for us. There is like 2 sci-fi series in the entirety of existence in which we got it right and actually created AI that didn't just fuck us over unbelievably. So let's not rush into that. This is taking much longer than I expected. How far away is this goddamn planet? I need to be in the gravity. Just to center it. Come on. Yars has plans. I thought there was some questions whether or not Yars had been lost at sea. Lost to Sir Davy Jones, but apparently not. Apparently not. He lives on. Returned from a trip of good spoils, I hope. Oh, come on, I don't want to have to do this in Spectator. But this is legitimately not interesting content right now. Quick, watch Wasted fly towards the planet with a Death Lotus, sort of vaguely wielded in front of him. Screw it, I'm going to eyeball it. It's about the best measurement you can have anyway. Bit of the old eyeball. There we go. You see, that's pretty much spot on. I can tell. It's the benefit of being an experienced space engineer like myself. Is just take one quick look and you're like, boom, that's good. You see? It's only a couple of kilometers off. No real issue. Are the projections actually lined up on this one? That's another good question. Oh, they are. I think. Should probably turn it on. Find out. Oh, they are on. Projection out of bounds. Yeah, I don't believe you. Go. And because I'm never one to let space engineers take it easy. Have a friend. Now, these things of late have had a habit of exploding in orbit. But we'll see what happens. So far, things seem to be behaving about as they should. There are some interesting noises, I will admit. Okay, so the Lotus can still hammer the sim speed without too much issue. Where is it? Where's the sim speed? You've hidden it from me, space engineers. Yeah, you put it at the bottom. Down to 0.5 already. Still can't quite handle the Lotus then, Essie. I see. 3's a crowd, you reckon? X-meter. No, I'm not so sure about that. I think we might be potentially at our limit here. We need the right track, I think. Let me ensure of this. There it is. You will have noticed in Group Survival and other videos of late, I have taken a little bit more to tracks like this, and that is because these for me represent space engineers perfectly at the moment. You're having fun, but there is definitely an overall air of stupidity about everything you're doing. Something just went boo over there. So guys, this is going to take a little while. If you guys have any questions in chat you want to throw out to me in particular about whatever, then go for it. In the meanwhile, we're doing a little bit of a stability test as we go. Indeed, Kiraf Mad, upbeat and messed up is the theme of Space Engineers. We're having a good time, but it's all pretty broken. Although I have to say, this evening has been a pretty good demonstration of how, hey, if they do get it right, Space Engineers is a unique game. No question. It facilitates things like group survival, and it facilitates no end of creativity in a way that no other game does. My music playlist is completely custom made by me, mostly sourced from Epidemic Sound, which is a site that you can pay to be a member of. It's primarily aimed for YouTubers, but yeah, it's been responsible for all the music for group survival for a while as well. Very, very good site, and I would very much recommend them. How to make a Lotus that builds piston tentacles. That's a terrifying thing. I'm not sure we should ever do that. Thank you for your question, Tenebrous, but I don't think that's a sensible one. I'm not sure I want to answer it. There probably is a way, but let's not do it. Have I tried out the wheels in this patch from Wedge? Yes, I have. It didn't go well. For about 50% of vehicles, and in fact, I might go further. For about 100% of vehicles, they just fell off. So I would only venture that you need to build a new vehicle in this patch at the very least. We'll do a quick wheels test before we finish up. I'm interested to see whether or not I can crash Space Engineers by the utilization of a double death Lotus. As you can see, we have a pretty impressive mess coming down from the sky. What's very interesting on top of that is the fact that the Lotus has not been very healthy of late, because the sim speed has caused it to destroy itself. The timers all go wrong and so on, and it ends up blowing itself up on the way down. These have not done that. Both of these are still completely intact and completely spawning, and I am terrified to think what's going to happen to the planet underneath if these ever get to land. Now, we've got to welcome the possibility that they're never going to get to land. You know, they're Lotuses, they may well crash the game before that ever happens. You get these one... Look at that, you literally get... Fuck. That's awesome. These are the things that are so easily overlooked with Space Engineers. You look up, and what have we got? We actually have like a circular cone of these warheads. Because we've been launching them within the gravity and they've been spreading out, they've literally adapted to the sphere that is the planet's gravity. You know, you can see the effect of that. That's fucking cool. Halfway from home. Sky is spotted because I'm using the 4K Skybox mod, which makes the Skybox look really good. I will look back at it from the planet, but we're really, really high up at the moment. I don't know how high, but we're only at 0.13 G. And if I could possibly speed things up, I would do so. But apparently I've started an experiment that perhaps I shouldn't have done, because I'm going to have to monologue for most of this. So let's go Q&A style. What do we got? What do we got? What I could do is spawn a ship and try and fly in amongst it, but that would probably encourage the crash. Like, what happens when you try and fly? What's an appropriate broadsword, perhaps? What happens when you try and broadsword in from this height? Not much, because you're travelling at the same speed as the missiles in the end. That's the thing. The only thing that can move faster than me. But I look at this. I want to see what happens now when it hits the planet. Can you imagine the mess it's going to make if this actually gets to land? I tell you what, what I should be attempting to do now is turn them off. As usual with the Lotuses, it's gone too far. I've overdone it and I didn't mean to. It's really pretty though. That's always been the thing that I like the most about this design, and the fact that A, it worked, but B, when it does work, it creates something that just looks awesome. There is very little question when the Lotus is incoming. I've got to get in there and stop it. I got an idea. This is a bit heresy, deleting the actual central missile. But we need to stop it from spawning more. No, bad music. Will you get more context in group survival? Yes, of course. We are making a story we want you guys to enjoy. And yeah, obviously we've heard the idea that you guys aren't happy with the fact that things have not been filled in. And trust that wasn't because there isn't a story there. We know what the story is. But yeah. We wanted to do it in the way that we wanted to do it. And you'll see. There's essentially two cones of destruction above each other. Again, take into account what Space Engineers is actually doing here. These aren't pre-rendered. I spawned these from a timer-based vehicle that I made. There is not another game that does this. There isn't one. No sight from the planet yet. So far there is zero warning. You better have satellites, bros, because you don't know. Are they further back or what's happened? I've lost them. They're still here. They're not really heading for the lake, I think, is the issue. Kind of about here. Or is Space Engineers just loading them so slow? Oh. Oh, God. No, that's asteroids. We're up to 0.36 G. They are moving. No, what we saw in the spectator cam was asteroids. I'm off target in the spec cam for whatever reason. I'm not in the right place for them. I don't know where they are or if they're just deciding not to appear in this camera, but I'm not on target because when you switch back to this camera, they're most definitely still there. Look, there they are. They're heading for another lake to your left, says Harry. That might be, is it this one? Harry reckons another lake to my left. I am getting... I've got an answer. I've got an answer. We are going to go for Fasty Grizz. Yep, here we go. Here we go. Spectator camera has recovered. Is it group survival? No. Nah, it's not group survival lake. It's the lake, but what it is the lake with that deployable base on and the wheels and everything from earlier. Proof that we tested wheels. Yes, we tested wheels. That didn't go well. Somewhere up there, however, is the work of Clang coming for us. Holy shit. Well, that puts it in perspective. Fucking hell. It also highlights how far away they are. Open the base. That's a good call. The sim speed is quite low. I'm just putting that forward. Quite low. Holy damn. I mean, it's quite low, but it's still running. Let's not overlook that. However, we can fix this. We can fix this with a quick expansion of the base. Go. The problem is everything I build makes it go even slower. The 10-second timer takes about half a year. Any time now. Come on. Come on. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Slow motion. Slow motion, but it looks awesome. Run, man, run. We can fix him. We have the technology. Miss. Oh, come on. Don't tell me you can't actually get up the boarding ramp. You can't actually get up the boarding ramp. That's not acceptable. It looks sexy as hell, but you can't get up. Ooh, nope. I think the sim speed's got worse since I did this. I'm just saying. I might clear up some wheels. Because it's clearly these wheels that are the problem. Silly wheels. Causing all the hassle. Has nothing to do with the massive large number of warheads floating down from the sky above us. It's all these wheels. Get out of it, wheels. See? So much better. It's like stable now. I actually feel like I've made an impact on the sim speed, weirdly. It doesn't seem to have, like, improved as far as the numbers concerned, but I don't know, the game feels a bit smoother. Certainly, in all my experience, the game does not like it when you've got stuff that's bouncing around on the terrain. And oh shit! They're here! Guys, it's arrived! Okay. What did we do? Not bad. Why are there still warheads exploding? I suspect the sim speed may have actually affected how many warheads exploded. But I can't help but notice there's like exploded stuff, unexploded stuff about the place and so on. But is this all decoys? Oh, it is. Okay. One of them might have broken. We mostly just gave the mountain face like full-on carpet bombing. And we didn't break space engineers. Well. I got a few other tests I can load. And while this one loads, I'm going to go very quickly to the Be Right Back screen. Where is it? Well then. Not bad. Space Engineers is holding up pretty nicely. Lava lamp, someone said. Interesting. Where are the performance testing maps? Performance testing. I wish I could read the whole map name. Just saying. Well, I intend to finish up with the question of, is the MP that good? For those people asking in chat, Alexander Corey, etc. I have a plan to test this, and some of you guys will be aware of what my main plan is. Is this the right one? This is not the right one. This is the one with the same thing, but on like hyperdrive. There's a few versions of this map, and unfortunately, Space Engineers... Wow, music's a bit loud. Music. Chilly Bones. In fact, change to something more chill. How about that? There we go.
You can call me.
That's not more chill. Neither is that. There we go. Right. One of these has a lava lamp in it. When did I first use the name Wasted Space? A while ago now. Like 2007? Something like that. Was a name of the my first questions and answer video that I have up is about that. Oh, there we go. Lava lamp. Do I enjoy Space Engineers as much as when I started? Nah. This might sort of revive some interest, because if Space Engineers is about to perform well physics-wise, there's no end of ideas that I once wanted to try and deemed impossible. And to be fair, it's also got a shit ton prettier of late, if you guys haven't noticed. I mean, look at that. That's fucking gorgeous. The lighting and everything, again, SE is, in some ways, really, really good. In some ways, it's still not got it, but that frustrates all of us. You gotta appreciate the ways in which it is good. I mean, watching these things and you know they're all being actually modelled properly. Like, the impacts off that gravity generator in the middle, which had to be spherical, otherwise it didn't perform like this. That spherical gravity generator just there had to be there. It's off, you'll notice. It had to be there in order to make it perform right. Otherwise, yeah. Yeah. What are the balls? They're just space balls. Literally, they're called space balls. Space ball. There's a space ball. What we can do is go in here. Whoop. And put more space balls. They won't become active until they get hit by other space balls. But when they do, they'll join the swarm. Oh, that's not what you want to do though. You want to avoid them being. You see, when they get hit, they join. And you can be like, I want some white ones. But the white ones aren't as bright as you think they will be. So, add some other colours. Space Engineers is doing good at the moment, guys. I'm impressed, I have to say. And you know, I have been involved for a long while, and I've been one of those guys that has been more interested in what the engine is capable of. And I think I'm legitimately pretty impressed with this. Yeah, there's a couple of big ones in there, if you look. They don't perform quite as nicely as the other ones. You know, they actually behaves better with the little ones. But, yeah. You know what, guys? I think we've tested Space Engineers pretty well tonight and shown that, you know, Keen at times definitely deserves some respect, because they definitely seem to be doing something with an engine that no one else is trying to do. You know, no one else bothers to try and do this shit, because it's quite difficult in the end. You know, just making all this physics work just live. The closest thing we've got is KSP. How's my sim speed? My sim speed is... That's a good question. 0.77. 0.75-ish. Let's see how bad it is when I throw some warheads in its general vicinity. Have I got destructible blocks turned off? I don't think so. The whole point of this was it was working without needing that. Where's your control panel? It is pretty. I mean, the close-up model detail is so nice now in comparison to how it used to be. Block damage is off. It's a con. I'm gonna call it balls fake. I'm going to reload it. Yeah, considering how many objects are going on in there, there's so many. We're going to edit the settings. I'm going to put it into survival. We don't have to put it into survival, we just need to put it into creative, but go into advanced and make sure that destructible blocks is on. Because it works with destructible blocks on as well. That's the point. One of these other saves has got it on. The spin dryer did as well. We've been had! It's all a fake. It's a scam. He had the wacky waving, inflatable arm waving tube man, and we bought into it. They were just too wavy. Right, there we go. Now we block damage on. Which means now I can throw warheads at it, which is all I really wanted to do. See? You see, it's fine! Fucking critics. I feel like I should have a face cam for some of this stuff, because I am joking, but maybe you do get that right. I'm joking. I think we need a breach, and I think we need a breach somewhere up high. About here. About here we need a breach. Go breach. I'm gonna stick it in a weird twisting angle for no reason. Breach incoming. Breach sighted! The balls are free! Don't feed them! It's after midnight! My god, they're smashing the ceiling! They're escaping! It's still kind of working. Except for the ones that are getting stuck in the middle. These ones. I shall join the party. Whee! I am a ball. It's like I've always wanted to be. Oh shit. Give me my jetpack. I think the only answer here is to introduce a conspirator into the mix. Some of these balls aren't balls. Some of these balls are far more dangerous. It's perfectly safe. Whoop! And there's a big ball there. Still a ball. Real man's ball. Oh! They're coming free. Look, they're getting collided with. That's what we needed. Roam free, my ball friends. Oh yeah, they don't pay attention to gravity. Shit, I forgot. Only the Spaceballs do because they're Spaceballs. Oh well. Oh well. I have an answer. None of them are going to explode either. What I need to do, I need to make the best of Spaceballs. So what we need is an artificial mass or a spaceball. We got a spaceball. So let's make it smaller. And then we need to give us some friends. So spaceball with friends. We call this. It's a happy spaceball. Happy spaceball just comes and joins the party. And everyone's happy to see the happy spaceball. And his friends. Look, everyone's happy spaceball. We can't have a Warhead lava lamp that doesn't explode. That's not acceptable. More explode, goddammit. Do it! Or crash the game, I don't care which happens. One or the two. There you go. Good job. Well done. You did it, Warheads. Nice one. That's what I was looking for. Oh yeah, good hit. Good hit. Oh, it's all fine. Space engineers won't die. I will make it die. I will. Holy shit, really? It just shrugs that off? Let's be clear, guys. That's... This is not small. Yeah, indeed, Backhat. I can finish it now, which would be awesome. But first, there's one Lotus we haven't seen tonight, and that Lotus is the one that's most likely to actually cause the problems. She looks basic. You can tell this is the one that matters because it's the one that's already got the blueprints adjusted into the correct position. It can now fly while shooting as well, which is kind of fun. Hello, old friend. I'm looking through a camera that's not aligned the right way around for the ship, so it's a bit tricky to line her up. That'll do. That'll do. I'll go to spectator because in reality I shouldn't lose control of this. Oh, I forgot to start the rotor. No? Ah. There we go. They aren't there yet. I'm busy getting cinematic shots. There's a lot of these. I've made many of these designs. This one being designed to be, unlike the others, a static launcher rather than a missile. So it has the capability of just to sit there and do this indefinitely. And I've changed its mode, so you'll notice the latest projectiles are far more condensed. They don't spread like the others. Not quite there yet. Go on then, Space Engineers. One of the biggest ships I've made versus one of the things that's capable of chucking out warheads and decoys forever. What do you got? What have you got? Oop, wrong side. Right side. I suppose I could turn the Lotus off, yeah. Good point. Good point. Thank you, Skyblade. I was just enjoying the ridiculous damage being inflicted. This was always the most retarded version of the Lotus. It was the one designed for, I don't know, creative mode, or if you really just had a ridiculous amount of resources in survival. And it's still it's a very simple design, and it still remains just hideously effective if you happen to be sitting still. And it'll work from orbit as well. Like because it's a platform rather than a missile, so it doesn't have those same problems. We haven't even had the targeted ones yet, and there's not even been anything left. Somehow I feel the music's very appropriate as well. Just like chilled out explosions. Today is a happy day. Fucking hell, today is a happy day. Wow. Today is a very happy day. Space engineers, can I set off a chain reaction here? No, I need to get out. Alright. Come on. Come on. Didn't work. I mean, what can you say? Space Engineers has definitely taken a step. It's running slowly, but it hasn't crashed. And just look at what Space Engineers looks like when it starts to work in its element and starts to show you what what it does that's different to everybody else. I am very excited after this evening. I don't know what's the sim speed. Whoop, that slowed everything down a fair bit. Sim speed is 0.4, which I don't know. I think you could consider that acceptable. Oh, I appear to have collided with one of my warheads, and at the same time, it looks beautiful. It like really does look good. Massive wreck of a ship just floating there. Like, you know, if I pan this camera and give us a good idea of like the 3 dimensions as well, there'd just be all this floating debris and like multiple levels of destruction. And you know, it's all happening like properly procedurally, which is why these things seem to be chain exploding off that corner, regardless of what's happened. Really cool. Really cool. I'm impressed with this patch, guys. It looks like we've taken a step forwards, and I'm very pleased that you guys have come and joined me with this little bit of exploration. It's pretty late for me. It's 1 a.m. and I hadn't even expected to stream this evening, so I am going to call it here, but thanks a lot, guys. I didn't even manage to make it crash. Didn't even manage to kill the game. We caused this much of a mess, and we didn't even kill it. This was the map with the space balls in it. This was supposed to be the performance test map with the lava lamp in it, and then we pasted in one of the biggest ships I've ever made, and attacked it with multiple versions of one of the most destructive weapons that normally crashes the game I've ever made. So, enough said. Enough said. Netcode is the only thing I haven't had chance to test, and I'm looking forward to doing that in another stream some point soon. So thank you, guys. I need to head off, but thank you for joining me for this one. It's been really good. Don't forget to hit that like button, please. It really helps me out. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. I've been a bit AWOL recently, worrying about group survival and so on, but I'm going to be doing more of this, and hopefully catch you for those. So cheers, guys. Thanks a lot for coming along. It's been pretty awesome, and I will catch you for the next one.